So you can see here a website. So one of the things that came very apparent with the COVID was, how do I get documents from the client to the agency with the agencies closed, with everybody being told to stay home? There's a need to get documentation to support applications and to even submit applications. So the first idea that I'm going to show is the upload documents. So on an agency's website, we've added a button here to upload documents. This will take the client to a form, and we've had some very simple information to fill out. Just your first name, your last name, enough information to identify who the person is, and pick a birthday, and they can add social security number, case number if they want. That aids in indexing later in life, but is not necessary. But clicking here allows me to pick a document. If I'm asked to upload a photo ID, for instance, I can pick that. It shows it here. I can go back, I can select other documents as necessary, and then I can submit this document. Nice thank you for your submission to acknowledge that the document has been sent into the system. And then from the worker's perspective, they're going to be in their on-base client. The documents are going to show up in a folder, and they'll be here. They can then go through the process of indexing them and moving them on into the business process as necessary. So this is a means of getting documentation into the agency from the client's perspective in an ad hoc fashion. The second idea is to request documents from the client. So the scenario generally is, I'm on the phone with the client, I've been interacting with them, rather than trying to direct them to a website and say, go here and do this and click that. I can select a form, fill this out as a request. The nice thing about this idea is that I can fill in some information. I get the client's information here. All I then have to do is add their email if it's not already part of their profile. I can say, well, I need a photo ID and maybe some shelter expenses from you. Submit this document. And this moves on in the process, and an email is generated. So this email then goes to the client. The client has a link there that they can now select this here. They'll be taken to a website where they can do a file upload. They can choose files. Again, I can choose maybe a utility bill. I can add more files. And I do the photo ID, and I can upload these files very simply from my workstation. This is all well and good, but one of the nice things about doing this is being able to access these ideas from a client's phone. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and show this from here. So I have on my screen here the email from the caseworker. I then can select the link, and I'm taken to the same location. What's nice about this is clients always have their phone. They can easily take a photo with their camera. So if they needed the driver's license, they can use that photo. That wasn't a good one. Take another one. They can add more files. Click upload. And then this file is sent into the system as well. Back to the worker's perspective, documents come into here, they're returned, and here we have driver's license or any other requested documents. At this point, I can re-index the document, I can send it on into the process. The business process will take it from here, and those documents will move on to support the application or whatever the need was. So with that, I'll move it back to Greg.
Thank you, Steve. I will elaborate slightly on a couple of the points and the use cases that Steve's just shown. For one, it's interesting, though there is this whole concept now of app free out there in the market space. The challenges around getting an app and registering and remembering passwords and all of the things and overhead, which I never imagined because apps were like heaven for everyone, but all of the overhead associated with the app can be laborious. So there is a move in the market to be app free, a way to interact with an organization without the overhead of having an app on your phone. And we've even heard from certain market spaces, they don't necessarily want a government app on their phone. So the ability to free the customer, the client from that app, we viewed as an important part of the coverage, right? You still want an app and all the benefits that come from that app, but an app-free alternative is positive as well. Another thing about the document upload from the web page Steve mentioned is it's not limited to documents. We can embed an application. We can put forms out, change forms, all of those things that a customer or client can take advantage of and interact with the agency in a different way. So if I have a change to report, I can do that via a link on the web page that is a change request form. So just giving options for the customers to take advantage of technology in their cell phones and those types of things. The thought process and part of our future vision on electronic document request kind of is cycling around contact centers and call centers and first touch resolution. We know very well, as you all know, that as a caseworker, if I can process that application the first time I touch it, both the effort that I put into resolving that eligibility and the time it takes for a client to ultimately receive benefits is dramatically reduced. Once I set that application down, then it's no fewer than 5 to 10 days before I am able to deliver benefits, and it is at least 10 to 20 hours of additional effort that goes into that application. If I am in a contact center, I have my client or my customer on the phone, I'm working on their application, I can quickly send them that link that they can submit the documents, and that's going to increase my one-touch resolution, which is going to be a critical aspect moving forward, particularly as we see dramatic increases in applications and then eventually renewals as they flow through the system.